But let's talk about this whole thing: real estate versus the housing market.
So this week, many of you have probably seen the headlines with the whole issue in the stock market where GameStop, and a few other stocks were manipulated to harm some hedge funds and people who short and do options and short stocks. Very, very big hedge funds and some big investors. And, it's interesting to me because I'm watching that going, I really know real estate. I know the value of real estate, and I know people need to live somewhere. I know the stock market a bit. I know how options work, and I follow and I invest in the market. But it just really hit me how volatile it can be when you're investing in the stock market versus real estate, and what an opportunity. People go, well, the market's gone up X% in the last year. Do I really want to be a home buyer? And I'm like, well, but if you look at historical 30 years back, 50 years back, housing is very stable compared to the stock market.
Well, even when you take into account that period from 2008 to, let's say, 2011, 12, right, where we had the big correction in housing. But if you actually take the line out, it's still
3% a year.
Yeah, 4% a year, over time. And that was if you look at like the chart for the stock, or let's say the S&P, right? You get all these ups and downs, all these up and downs through the years. Obviously, again, over time, it evens out. But the housing market is much more steady, except for that one anomaly,
right,
which I don't see ever happening again. There was a lot of things that corrected the things that caused that back then.
Right.
You never say never, but my point is
so the thing is, we watch CNBC in the morning, and we see they always have some analyst from some big company, right, say, hey, we're upgrading this stock, although they don't do that so much there. But they say, so-and-so, the stock got upgraded today by somebody. Yeah. And we know that a lot of across the country, people are calling people saying, hey, this stock's being upgraded, you should get in, right? And it's just, we know that it's all can be manipulated very quickly. And the housing market really isn't similar to that. It just seemed like such a pressing story this week with the whole Reddit thing and GameStop and what happened. And it just made me go, boy, I sure am glad I've got a lot of things invested in real estate. We're real estate investors, as well as we own a home and we live in the home, and it's done well for wealth building over time.
It's the old saying, Tracy, it's diversify, right? If you're in the stock market, obviously you want to diversify, right? You want to have some bonds, some stocks, some mutual funds, the whole thing there. Right. Maybe. Right. But again, but I think part of a good long-term strategy is diversifying into other type of assets, like real estate, like gold, like, so many other things. But, educate yourself.